Good morning, dear students. This is your economics teacher, Umar Farooq. Today, we are going to start up with your book second, which is Introductory Microeconomics. The first series of classes was about statistics and its first unit, the introduction part. What we are going to start up with is the unit number first of our economics, which is also introduction in microeconomics, of which the syllabus is on your screen, which will consist of meaning of microeconomics and macroeconomics, positive and normative economics, what is an economy, central problems of an economy, what, how, for whom to produce, and concepts of production, possibility, frontier, or curve. What we are going to start up with is the meaning of economics itself, for which I would request you people to refer to the video number first, which we uploaded last week under the title of Introduction of Statistics in Economics. The video number first is all about economics only, the meaning, the concepts, the definitions, and every part of it. So dear students, here I will start up with, you must take this video as video number second for this chapter number first. So the first video will be the video number first, which we uploaded the last week. So starting up with the economics, in economics we are well aware now that it is a subject which tells us how to bridge a gap in between unlimited wants and limited resources. So dear students, how we can proceed with this chapter and the remaining topics is like, we will start up with the most important thing, that we will differentiate a few words, that words are going to tell us about that how we can proceed with this particular class. So I am starting up here with the word economics in itself, which we have already defined in the last lecture. And second word is very important, that is economy. And this also has been defined as a system which provides people with a living during the course of production. And in production, we not only studied production, we also studied what are the factors of production, and we also studied what is the factor payment or factor payments for each and every factor of production. So if we talk of factors of production, that are land, labor, capital, yes, indicated with K and written with C, and entrepreneur. These are our factors of production, and for which we have factor payments as, for land we pay rent, for labor we give wages, for capital we pay an interest, and to the entrepreneur earns a profit. So here we are now able to understand the relationship between the factors of production and the factor payments. This is profit. So dear students, what I am going to start up with is a very, very, very important thing, in which I am going to talk about now. I'll just start it with the subject matter of economics. I'll rub this part because it is in the previous classes, because I would require a lot of space today in order to make you people understand what is subject matter of economics. Under subject matter of economics, we get to know everything whatsoever is related to your subject, everything what is in there. So when we talk of the subject matter of economics, we first and foremost to see what is economics in itself divided into. So when we will write it like, this is our new topic, subject matter of economics. The subject matter of economics is something where we will start up in itself with the prime word, that is economics. So economics, being a subject, bridges a gap in between unlimited wants and limited resources. It has got two parts or two branches, as you know already, that are microeconomics, and second part of it is macroeconomics. So microeconomics and macroeconomics in itself, as you can see up on the screen here in the syllabus itself, these are two major topics. For us here, after understanding the meaning of microeconomics and the macroeconomics, we will have to differentiate in between the two. That we will do. First, we will complete this flow chart where we would get to know that what microeconomics is all about. So this thing is going to tell us, or this thing is going to take us further for the things to understand them properly. So I'll start up here with economics, which got divided into two parts, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. In microeconomics, we do not have to talk much about macroeconomics this time, but I'll start off with the microeconomics. In microeconomics, we have got three most important things. Number first is product pricing. Now you people know what is product pricing. Second thing will be factor pricing. That is what I started up with. And number three is welfare economics. Welfare economics. You see, welfare economics is entirely a complete branch of economics in which we study everything related to our resources, which are limited, and a nation has to fulfill the unlimited wants of his country. So this got divided into three parts. Microeconomics got divided into product pricing, factor pricing, and welfare economics. Under product pricing, we'll be studying two important things. That will be theory of demand. Number second will be theory of supply, to which in the next two chapters we have dedicated parts to understand what is demand and what is supply, what is the theory of demand and what is the theory of supply. So these are two important things of product pricing. Factor pricing, under factor pricing part, what we would do, we would talk of the factors and their prices, and factors are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur, where factor prices are rent, wage, interest, paid on capital, profits, paid to an entrepreneur, or this is what entrepreneur earns. So these are the parts of factor pricing. And under welfare economics, it is a complete branch of economics. We don't have to go there. We have got a certain few topics under it that will come later on. But first, let us bifurcate, or let us understand the parts of this macroeconomics. I'll extend it like. Under macroeconomics, we would study the theory of income and employment, though macroeconomics will come in your 12th class, while we have to study microeconomics in your 11th class. So theory of income and theory of employment, number first. Number second will be theory of inflation. Inflation means the rise in prices, and pricing, that is what is related to it, how the products are priced. Number three, the theory of distribution, which also is a part of welfare economics, theory of distribution. So dear students, here you can understand, or you can see on the screen, that macroeconomics got divided into the theory of income, theory of inflation, and theory of distribution. So these are three things. So we do not have to explain each and everything in detail here. What we are concerned with is this product pricing, factor pricing, under product pricing, demand and supply, under factor pricing, rent, wages, interest, and profit. We will come to them one by one in the preceding classes. So here, if we proceed what we are talking about, we will be able to talk of one more important thing now, that is, after understanding the subject matter of economics, what it constitutes of, we will be now able to come up with a very small or simple thing that is called as the stages of developing economics as a subject. So how we would talk of it is, I'll just make you people understand. So under this heading, what we are going to talk about is stages of developing economics as a subject. So the above, what the flow chart which we discussed, these flow charts make us to understand the things properly. The stages are nothing but what we have been talking about, the definitions of different eras of economics. Those definitions were in the form of W, W, S, and G. From the very first class it is. So W stands for the wealth definition or the wealth concept. Second is the welfare definition or welfare concept. Third is scarcity concept. And last but not least is the growth concept. These are the things we have to talk about, we have been talking about. So now you people properly know that what we are saying, what we are talking about when we say that we have different stages of development in economics. So these stages are welfare concept, wealth concept, welfare concept, scarcity concept, and the growth concept. So dear students, here these are the stages. Now I don't have to talk about these stages also, because we have already in the last class we have completed these concepts in a very detailed manner. What is wealth concept, what is welfare concept, what is scarcity concept, or what is growth concept. So the thing is that we from here can come up to a term which is called as economy. This is an important term for us people now, after we are done with the stages of developing stages of this economics, or stages of economics which made it to develop as a subject. So here we can start up with the concept, as we have been talking about the word economy. As defined earlier, I'll define it again. It is a system which provides people with a living during the course of production. That means it being a system is providing people with a living. Living means income. And you will only earn income while you will do some work, and that work would be done when some production takes place of any sort. So we'll call it as during the course of production. So these are the three important things which will cover the definition of economics, which covers the definition of economics. So students, what we can talk about here is now, from the microeconomics point of view and your chapter point of view, class point of view, syllabus point of view, we have to understand the types of economy. This is going to help you. That's why we have to talk about it first. So under types of economy, my dear students, we have got three types of economy. Number one is called as the market economy. It is also called as the capitalist economy. So economy is a system, and a system can run in a nation. So defining this market economy or this capitalist economy or capital economy means in which means of production are privately owned, or you can say is that, alternatively we can define it as economy in which all the economic activities, yes, economic activities are those activities which concern money. Economic activities are run by the market. See, we are not talking of any mechanism or anything else here. We are talking simply about the means of production. The means of production are land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, and these things belong to the private parties. That means they work with it, they make the policies, the programs, they decide how to use, how much to use, where to use and where not to use. So these resources, when owned by private parties, and such economy would be termed as market economy. So all economic activities are run by the market in itself. That means there is maybe there is small, but there is we would say no government intervention and all. There is nothing done by the government, or government plans nothing for them. The second type of economy we are going to talk about is called as centrally planned economy. As in India, centrally planned economy. You see, this is also given a name of socialist economy. It is also called as socialist economy. So there are two names for both the two I am talking about. So here, students, this centrally planned economy or the socialist economy, whatsoever you term it as, or whatsoever it is being asked as, we cannot term it, but it will be asked in any name, and we have to answer. When we define it, it means in which means of production, this is from the above definition itself, are owned by the government. Here, the means of production are owned by the government. What does it mean that it's owned by the government? Or when you say socialist economy, that means government has to play a very important role here. It is planned by a government, as in Indian case, the central government. It is responsible for owning the means of production and utilizing them in the market and all. So dear students, these are two types of economies, and these two types of economies give a rise to a third type of economy in India, you would, this is the best example for Indian economy. Centrally planned economy, okay, fine, a lot of things are done by the central government this time. But actually, India has opted for this third type of economy. It is properly and officially, it is called as mixed economy. So under mixed economy, you would find the traits of both types of economies, in which traits of both or things of both types of economies are found or are used. That means a part of the economy is owned by the government. Government has an intervention. Government has a full control, and a part of it is owned by the private companies or privately owned. It is. That means both the two, the government and the private parties, are working together in the economy. Though government has a good control on private parties also, but it is considered best for the nation if most of the things are privatized. This privatization, the process of privatization, let the people think of the growth and everything possible. So dear students, this was a brief discussion, brief talk about the types of economies. When we are done with these very basic things, now we can talk about is one of the most important things what I indicated earlier, the microeconomics and the macroeconomics. We have to study these microeconomics and macroeconomics under different heads in order to differentiate the things properly. So the question mostly will be asked, for example, you are being asked a question about define microeconomics. You can take things from this very table whatsoever I am going to show you. You are being asked a question about macroeconomics. You can also, or you are being asked a question about, say, the differentiate between